depressing.
Penguins are depressing?
It was like penguin sad face. Hey, we're just going live, Kyle. Join us.
Right now you're on live?
We are live right now.
You guys talking Syndrome?
We're talking about time.
Time!
Have you seen Time Cop?
No.
Have you been?
Yeah, I have seen Time Cop.
Do you like Time Cop?
I love Time Cop.
Time Cop's one of my all-time favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
I have strong opinions about time travel.
What do you think about time travel?
It's
Get
gotta
in
be
here.
right.
It's gotta be right.
I gotta put my contacts in.
Okay.
He's got to put in his contacts.
Okay. All right, everyone. Hello. We were talking about time, and this all came about because of Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. It made me epiphany, dude. It made me look at and play video games differently.
Nice.
Because this is a game I play where I walk into a room, turn around, shut the door. You know, so I'm super in it. So there was this moment that I talk about when I was inside a random guy's house, rummaging through his cupboards.
As you do.
And it makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to try to stop tackling every single game the exact same way, going in with the one-track mind of, like, min-max, completionist, side quests, all that. I'm like, I'm just going to be Jensen right now. Didn't do a bunch of side quests, stayed on course, and enjoyed the game more because of it.
I love that. I think this is such a great thing that you're doing that makes your video games, like, so much better. And I think a big thing that can help with that is, like, going out of your way to play dramatically different styles of games. Like, I'm really big into Monster now, and that is a game that goes at its own pace.
Yes.
And I think playing it and kind of attuning myself with that pace has helped me.
That's sick.
Yeah, so. Time.
Something about audio sync.
Audio sync looks fun. You know, I don't know. We did the thing on the camera.
Yeah.
Brad showed it. Maybe
Yeah.
we have to look at that again.
Yeah, it was the same as when Brad did it. Zero.
Okay. Zero?
Zero delay.
Okay.
Oh, put it to 100.
Which, the microphone?
Yep.
Delay 100?
Yeah, well, camera. Delay camera 100.
Delay camera. Okay, camera. So over...
No, I like to right click here.
Right click here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Just click it. Left click there.
Yeah.
And put that one to delay. Sorry, so it
This?
is microphone.
Okay.
And put that to 100.
100.
Yeah.
Boom.
That should do it.
Should do it, chat. Should do it. Talking about time. So then, The Witcher 3, right?
Yeah.
Time on so many levels. Time to beat the game, time in the game.
Yeah.
There's like this urgency in the beginning of the game where it's like, I gotta find her.
Right.
I gotta find Siri. Want to play Gwent?
Yeah.
So it's like, if Deus Ex and The Witcher did something where it was like, yo, just for a moment in the game, put a time limit on that. You know? Create some urgency. Be like, yo, this event is happening in so-and-so amount of hours in-game.
Right.
Be there, get it done.
I'm not saying this is a good idea, but I think what you're posing is, like, super interesting. Imagine in the beginning of the game, you have a time limit to find Yennefer.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you've got 5 hours or 10 hours or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, you kind of get a break. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay, here's Gwent. Here's, you know, all of these hunts you can go on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying it would be a better game by
Yeah.
any means, but it's an interesting thing to think about.
I was playing Dead Rising as well. That's where all this stemmed from, too.
I
it's
love the time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, too, that kind of, like, fed on my whole Deus Ex thing where it was like, I can only do so much in the game. Like, I gotta let that person die in the beauty shop. You're gonna get eaten.
I think the thing about time and putting pressure on the player is when you do that, every other element has to, like, come up to par. And in Dead Rising, when you're fighting the time, right, and the AI is just not doing what you want it to do, it becomes so much more of a pain in the butt than if you didn't have a time limit. And so, yeah, it just affects every other element of the game so much.
Persona 4, I. Sanchez, what you were talking about reminds me of Persona 4.
Yeah.
The time.
I actually think that is a game that does it wonderfully.
Yes.
Because it's looming in the background, but they create enough space where it makes sense that you're, like, going off and doing these frivolous things.
Dude, why didn't I bring up Persona 4, Ben?
It's okay.
Oh, it's so good. And it's like,
really
yo, you can either study or hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
There's not enough time for both.
Right.
What are you going to do?
You gotta make sure it's like, which club you want to join.
Yes.
You've only got enough time. And I love that they put,
so good.
like, you know, you've got to do this club on the same days you have to do, like, this sports practice. You have to choose to do it, too. It's cool.
That's so good. Silent Constant, long comment here. Huber, I used to want to always complete every game 100%. I wouldn't play a game without a guide until Final Fantasy 13, praise the goddess. That game changed my mind and made me feel urgency. I threw my guide aside and ran to save my friends in Final Fantasy 13. Changed my perspective on games.
Nice.
13.
Nice.
And then Lightning Returns, dude. Tripling down on time. That is a game... I talked about it, but it didn't make the final cut. So deleted scenes. Lightning Returns.
I want that like on a DVD. Or, that'd be awesome.
Deleted scenes, Lightning Returns. A game that is so unforgiving with time.
Yeah.
Like, talking about putting a time limit in games, this is the most extreme you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Is Lightning Returns. This is like, if you mess up, you're game over.
Well, and you have this really intense, like, I need to save the world and I need to save all of these souls in this amount of time. But then a lot of the other things that you're doing that are super time dependent are like, herd these goats.
Herd
or,
the
like,
goats!
Go on this date.
Yes!
And so, there's this weird dissonance in, like, the activities that you're doing. Lightning Returns is a fascinating game.
It is.
How did that game come to be? And, like, the ideas that they put in it and the direction they went, like, it's really crazy.
I feel like they were in a boardroom and they were like, we've already done 2 of these games. This one isn't costing as much because the tech is already in place. Mm-hmm. The core, hardcore audience is not on our side right now.
Right.
Let's give them something insane.
Yeah, it was insane. Lightning Returns is an insane video game.
Profnix, I know you played this. I never got around to it.
Yeah.
It's still on my computer. I absolutely love what Superhot does with time. Mm-hmm. It is cool that time moves only when you move.
Yeah. Oh, you've got to play Superhot.
I know.
It's a couple of hours, and it's a Michael Huber game.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's installed on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
It's not much of a commitment, and it's so cool. Very, very cool game. You just actually reminded me of something that we need to do for Frame Trap.
Nice.
The time mechanic in Majora's Mask turned me off of the game, chiefly because I couldn't figure out people in the world in order to complete missions before the... That's totally cool. Like, the time thing in Majora's Mask can be super frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Move it up a little bit, Kyle.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Are you good?
Oh, I'll just do this.
Okay, there you go. Hey, Kyle.
Hey.
Look at Kyle posting up.
Hey,
Posting
everybody.
up.
Kyle, tell me about your...
I have a relevant story.
Okay, let's hear it.
I've been playing through I Am Setsuna still.
Yeah. You've been chipping away.
Yep, and it's kind of the opposite of your deal, Huber.
Yeah.
Where, let's say every character has a unique little side quest you can go on.
Yeah.
There's one character I've been neglecting. The protagonist. I've been neglecting the protagonist.
Yeah.
I have to fight a boss with only the protagonist, and he's too underleveled.
Oh, no. Because everyone else has XP.
Yeah. Context-wise, Huber, they would want to finish this battle. Real life-wise, I said, nope, you're never going to beat that boss. Sorry, bud. You go back to the bench. Like, that's it.
So wait, you have to use them.
You have to use them. It's a one-on-one
So
fight.
you gotta go grind.
I'm not going to go grind.
You're not gonna do it.
I'm not going to do
You
it.
refuse.
Yeah.
But like late game, if he's under-leveled, can't you grind up really fast? Because the guys give you more XP?
Yeah, but I'd still have to go grind.
Yeah. That's a terrible feeling looming over your head.
Yeah.
Grinding.
Like, oh, I got to grind this weak guy up.
I used to hate it when I was a kid. When I would play through Final Fantasy games, I'd never finish them because I hated grinding. I didn't want to do it, and I would like run from so many battles. Now I love grinding.
I love grinding.
I love grinding. And I'm not defending it, but
I enjoy it. Ian, hey, give us a story about time in video games. Time.
Like time spent, I'm gathering?
Time
or like,
spent
sorry,
or
time on my
time
dice.
within the video game universe?
Well, one that we experienced recently was Siren, where like there are a bunch of different characters, and it has that calendar where it like explains that things are happening at the same time. You know,
Love that.
I always loved that.
I love games where multiple events are happening at the same time.
Threads.
Yeah.
Threads.
Love threads.
I think in a weird way, Dark Souls kind of does do time really, really well because you have those multiple threads where you have all those different PCs, and depending on your certain actions, different things that happen, and how they kind of intersect with each other.
Everything's subtle. Dark Souls subtle too.
Well, also the general setting of Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all of those. It's one of my favorite things in fiction or in games where it feels like the past is so forgotten that like basically everything is shrouded in mystery. Like it's like a forgotten land, people are still there but no one remembers what the lore is or what happened. I love that.
I want to go back to grinding and talking about time real quick.
Yeah.
And why I like grinding now is because I feel like when I get to a point in a game where I'm like, all right, I just need to grind this out for an hour or a couple of hours or whatever it is, I'm free to like put on a podcast and not feel guilty about it. And I'm free to just have like the video game be a pure distraction that I only have to commit like 15% of my brain power to. And I don't want that all the time, right? Like I don't want all of my video game playing to feel like that. But once in a while, like on a Sunday afternoon with a cup of coffee, it's like, hey, I'm just going to grind and consume this other thing that I've been meaning to consume at the same time. So it opens up podcasts, exactly.
Because I can't play games like that, and the only time I get to do that really is
when they open that grind door, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to walk in. Yeah.
Are we got time for one last comment? Woof Daddy is Ben wearing a League of Legends World Championship jacket. Did he go to World Finals?
I didn't go to the World Finals this year. In 2013 or 2014, I can't even remember at this point. I went to the World Finals.
Guess
nice.
who went?
Video's still online.
It's probably somewhere. There's a video of me at the
went
World
to Worlds
Championship.
this year. I did.
Oh! McIntern, Huber, ever seen In Time with Justin Timberlake? It's a 5 out of 10.
Is it?
I saw that movie in the theater.
Cool premise.
Really? My old roommate is in that, and I've never seen it.
It's a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Got cool stuff going on. Stagehead Gaming is meditative, I think. Also grinding in Final Fantasy VIII right now.
Final Fantasy VII right now.
Good time.
Anybody says, like, hey, I'm playing through Final Fantasy VII right now, I'm like, wow, you're a good person.
Roman numerals. I saw an extra one
No,
there.
Worlds was here. The finals was in the Staples Center.
All right, everyone. Yeah, we got a ton of stuff to shoot. That was an awesome... Talking Syndrome, always the best on these mornings because I get to be graced by the presence of my comrades here. Comrades in arms. Thanks so much, chat. I will see you later on. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Did Bye get in there?